Savvy King, helping you master money.
Tremendous. We've actually added about 80 miles to tank full on our car just around town.
So I went from somewhere around 30, 31 miles per gallon to 40.
I was getting 11.2 miles per gallon. It jumped to 15.4 miles per gallon.
The pickup's engine noise went down in 15 to 20 minutes.
I put it in my Escalade and I went from 11.7 to 15.8 and I was blown away. He said he used to get a baseline of like 321 miles. Now he's getting somewhere like 395 to 410 miles.
From 26 to 27 miles, which is the best I ever got on the highway, I went up to 31 to 32.
Whether you run large trucks and equipment or just drive a car, you'll want to hear about this time-tested product just released to the public from Syntec Global. You've probably heard about many products that claim to make an improvement to your vehicle, but there is nothing that comes close to doing what this product does, especially for as little as it costs. It's called Extreme Fuel Treatment, or XFT for short. It's been used around the world by large industrial companies for about 2 decades, saving them millions of dollars and preventing hours and hours of downtime. Let's explore what it does by showing you some examples of how large industry has been benefiting from this product, and then we'll show you how it's able to do it and how you can personally benefit from it. Extreme Fuel Treatment has 4 main benefits and several smaller benefits. The first main benefit is that it dramatically increases the life of your engine and the length of time you can go between services and repairs. XFT is used by the largest mining company in the world and has been for years. After they started using this product in their huge dump trucks, they were able to extend the operating hours between engine repairs from 15,000 to 25,000 hours, continually saving the company millions of dollars. There are documentation and test results available. The second main benefit is that it increases fuel economy. In 2002, during the pre-Olympic events in Salt Lake City, one location had some 3,000 kilowatt generators. These stationary generators were using 875 gallons of diesel fuel per day. After using Extreme Fuel Treatment for just 1 week, their fuel consumption went down to 650 gallons of fuel per day. This was a savings of 225 gallons of fuel each day. Documentation is available. Main benefit number 3 is that it increases horsepower and improves performance. Many trucks are finding it easier to carry their loads up steep grades. One trucking company using the product not only went from an average of 5.0 to 5.7 miles per gallon in their trucks, a 14% improvement, but they were able to top some very prominent hills and Interstate 15 with 1 more gear than before. Again, documentation is available. The fourth main benefit is that it substantially reduces emissions. Many times you can see a visual reduction in emissions or maybe notice that the smoke is becoming whiter. Just look at the visible difference in the pollution from this smokestack after using the product. This independent test shows a 42% reduction in carbon monoxide levels, a 44% reduction in underburned hydrocarbons, a 7% reduction in carbon dioxide levels, and the oxygen levels were increased by 5%. Sound a little too incredible? Everything about Extreme Fuel Treatment is documented and tested. It is absolutely the most effective product available, not only for diesel, but also for gasoline, which is why Syntec Global is bringing this product from the industrial marketplace to your fuel tank. There are other benefits of XFT that we haven't even talked about yet. Those are best shown by explaining why XFT works so well. Here's how it works. XFT has several components that all work together to bring you these amazing benefits. Let's quickly break them down. A very prominent component in XFT is a unique organometallic burn rate modifier. This works to lower the ignition point of the fuel by several hundred degrees. That's important because it causes the fuel to start burning sooner and provides a more complete, longer, and better burn in your engine. If your fuel waits for that high temperature to fire and it burns too hot or too fast, it ends up leaving a good portion of the fuel unburned and wasted on emissions. That unused fuel could have provided more power and better mileage. XFT lowers the ignition point, utilizing much more of the injected fuel, allowing for full performance, and dramatically reduces the emissions that come out. XFT also contains a lubricating agent, which provides lubrication for pistons, fuel pumps, and injectors, reducing friction, which can be your engine's worst enemy. There's also a fuel stabilizer. Once fuel is made, just like any oil-based product, it has a tendency to begin to break down. As it breaks down, it loses some of its efficiencies. XFT stabilizes the fuel, keeping this breakdown from happening for much longer periods of time, giving your stored fuel a significantly longer shelf life, even for years longer. This is especially important for storage containers, generators, boats, and other seasonal equipment that may hold fuel for an extended period of time. Now, anytime you put liquids and metals together, add oxidation, heat, and condensation, you are bound to get rust and corrosion. This is exactly what happens in your fuel tanks. However, XFT contains rust and corrosion inhibitors to minimize corrosion in fuel tanks and delivery systems. Just look at the difference between these engine valves with treated fuel and without. As you may know, modern high-tech engines function very precisely, and there's little to no room for even a tiny particle of dust or dirt without impacting performance. XFT contains detergents that keep your engine clean and remove harmful deposits from fuel pumps and injectors, keeping your engine running at peak performance. See the difference with this fuel injector before and after extreme fuel treatment. Even though your fuel tank is sealed, between condensation and the oxidation process, you can't avoid getting water in your fuel. Just look at this actual example of diesel fuel taken from a storage tank. There is serious separation and water accumulation. Water can be very harmful and costly to an engine, and it can also be a major contributor to fuel injector failure. XFT contains a demulsifier, which helps remove water from fuel. Another problem that plagues engines is sludge buildup, which inhibits performance and clogs filters. XFT contains a polymerization retardant and dispersants to help prevent and reverse sludge buildup in your fuel. This is especially important in diesel fuels. As you can see, XFT packs an incredible amount of benefits into one small concentrated dose. With extreme fuel treatment, you only need 1/4 ounce to treat up to 20 gallons of fuel. In order to get these same benefits with store-bought fuel additives, you would need to buy much larger quantities of many different products, spending almost 20 times more money. And XFT comes in many convenient sizes, like this easy-to-use self-measuring bottle or this convenient single-dose packet. Extreme fuel treatment is powerful and effective, but at the same time, it is also perfectly safe for all your engines. It has never had a negative effect on any engine, and we are perfectly confident that it never will. XFT is patented and registered with the EPA, and just to give you one more reason to try it, Syntec Global offers a satisfaction guarantee. Put it to the test.
What's in a number? When you invest everything you've earned into everything you own, there's a piece of you in every number, in every digit. Here's a question. Do you know where everything is and what everything is worth? If you don't, you should. If you want to know, you can. Now you can see everything you own all in one place. A private and secure location where your data is consolidated into one clear picture of you. Your personal website makes getting organized simple. It's easy to connect with all your financial accounts. As the markets change throughout the day, your balances recalculate to keep you up to date. To stay on track, you can create a budget and view your spending habits, monitor cash flow, and see your bottom line at any time. Interactive workshops show how your investment and spending decisions today can impact your lifetime cash flow, affect retirement, and influence your estate scenarios. To review the financial impact of your options, you can collaborate with us online in real time. There's a digital vault where all your important documents can be stored for safekeeping and accessed from anywhere. We provide you with up-to-date data so you can evaluate your options, and with a click, print out reports to see your complete financial picture. We give you the tools to connect with everything you own so you'll know what everything is worth, one number at a time. From Wall Street to Main Street, those who know what they have fare better than those who don't. If you want to know, we can show you how.
Whenever you enter your personal information online, you want to know it's safe and secure. We understand how you feel, so we built in multiple advanced security features to protect your data at all times. Your personal financial website is a non-transactional system. We're not like online banking, trading, or shopping websites. Your money cannot be moved, withdrawn, or accessed here. In fact, the financial information we track for you is the same data that's already online in your financial accounts. All account passwords are kept private by you and not accessible to anyone. Your personal information will never be shared with a third party for any reason at any time. Your data is stored at SunGuard Data Systems, one of the largest data hosting companies in the world. SunGuard handles 70% of all financial industry transactions. Multi-location data centers guarantee the highest levels of security and reliability. Many financial institutions still use 128-bit encryption. We use advanced 256-bit secure socket layer encryption. Trying to find your data without authorization is like looking for a grain of sand on miles of beach. We use third-party security auditors who serve as our own team of professional hackers. 24 hours a day, they continually try to break through our firewalls, but they've never succeeded. Your personal financial website is designated as a VeriSign secure site. It serves as your private checks and balances dashboard. In one secure place, you can monitor all your account activity and see changes you might not have noticed until you receive your monthly statements. Your data is secured by advanced protection measures, including physical security, password protection, secure socket layer, 256-bit encryption, firewalls, intrusion detection, virus testing, audits, inspections, policies, and procedures. It feels good to have the confidence and the comfort to know that your data is safe and secure.
We recognize that we have to teach financial intelligence. Without financial literacy, it will be impossible to be successful with your finances. Not improbable, not unlikely, impossible. So I'm going to have accounting classes, which is tax planning, and we do this binder, and we're going to have budgeting, and we're trying to put a formal schedule together.
There's a saying that in order to become a millionaire, you want to duplicate what millionaires do, right? Okay. Do you think Bill Gates does his own taxes with TurboTax? No. Do you think he's his own investment advisor? No. Do you think he's his own marketing consultant? No. And do you think he signs something by himself without consulting a lawyer? No. Now, if he doesn't do it, why should you do it?
One of Savvy King's authorized resellers, LNS Business Solutions, LLC, is a tax firm that has been established since 1999. LNS Business Solutions specializes in back taxes and getting the maximum refund allowed under the law for individuals and business owners.
Day in and day out, many of us are struggling just to keep pace with our active lifestyles. Very few feel sufficiently prepared when it comes to their financial futures. At LNS Business Solutions, our job is not just to do your taxes, but to strategize with you to reduce and or eliminate your tax burden. We take you through a 6-step process to successfully managing all aspects of your financial security. The first step is the audit-proof tax preparation process with a peace of mind guarantee. We will move you through business structures. What is the best tax business structure for you? We'll determine and implement that with you. We'll walk you through risk management, move you into real estate investing, and we'll focus on asset protection and passing your wealth on to your loved ones tax effectively. With L&S Business Solutions, the strategy to your financial future is just 6 steps away.
How many of you guys do your own taxes? Oh, we got one. She's bold. How many of you guys go to H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt? Okay, we got one. All right. Everybody else has a CPA? Everybody? Really? Wow. CPA or just a tax preparer? If they don't have CPA on their card, they're a tax preparer. Now, are they an EA? Do you know what that is? No. Okay, let's go over the different categories. H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt. H&R Block is the only tax pros out here to actually teach taxes from the ground up. When we get out of school with our accounting degrees, accounting is a vast area and tax is real small. And we don't even really cover it in school. We don't really cover it on the CPA exam. All we cover is theory. Then you have to go out and learn how to do taxes. Well, where are you going to learn that? H&R Block. That's the first step. H&R Block is not bad. They only take in what you give them. And because you don't know what to give them, garbage in is garbage out. So that's kind of how that works. The full-timers in the business, we got CPAs, EAs, tax and public accountants. And at this level, we specialize in tax. We do taxes 10 hours a day. We have business owners from all areas. So therefore, we've seen a lot of good stuff, a lot of good strategies, and we're able to pass that knowledge wealth on. Tax attorneys, that's the next level. We have those that don't do taxes, just handle disputes, and those that do taxes.
My name is Larry Henry. I'm the president of L&S Marketing and Solutions.
I'm Sherry Hunter Henry.
And I've been an entrepreneur for the past 15 years.
And I have my degrees in accounting, finance, and insurance. And then I went to law school to focus on tax and real estate. So what happens is you come in, I work with you hand in hand and help you build your wealth. And then Larry works with you and helps you build your team. He takes your team to the next level, I take your wealth to the next level. And then we help you protect it and then pass it on to your kids tax-free, if possible. So that's the name of our game. We work really hard for you. We're partners in your business. We don't share in the profit. We just get to see you pass on your wealth to your children where it should be passed on, as opposed to government.
If we help you succeed, we automatically going to succeed. So it's a win-win situation. Welcome to the team.
This is my patented audit-proof tax binder. We've got it all laid out and tabbed. So you'll have my resume. You'll have, do you have a business or a hobby? How to put your tax binder together. So you have to read that first before you get started. Then we have what's called a peace of mind guarantee. And what this is it's actually my written guarantee that I'm going to represent you before the IRS or the state if you get audited for free if you are a current tax client and you're not audit sensitive. So I sign off on that and tells us what year we're going to represent you. We also have a referral commission. If you happen to refer somebody to us, you'll earn a little incentive, a little thank you from us, and we kind of got that in writing. Then how do you put your binder together? Everything is tabbed. We've got about 40 different tabs here, and what we're doing here is guiding you to putting your book together. So we may have accounting is tax deductible, that's me. Bank service fees, books, tapes, child care, finance charges, and we walk through all the deductions that you're entitled to. And then we'd like you to fill in behind that information. We actually show you how to put it together and then how you do a mileage log as well. I designed this system because I had a number of clients that did not have adequate records when it came time to defend themselves and before the IRS. So we start off by showing you what's called a first look. We do your taxes in a first look fashion, so that you know exactly what you would owe or not owe had you gone someplace else. In this client situation, we kind of blocked out their important information, but their gross wages was $55,000. They had some business income of $9,000. They took some money out of their 401k early, so they got penalized and hit. They had $86,000 as a gross income. And then when they got done, basically what happened is they would have owed $37.67, about $4,000 on the federal side, penalties and interest included. And then on the state side, state of California is the state that they live in, they would have owed another $1,000. So we're looking at $4,700 when penalties and interest would be well into $5,000. So we then take them and say, okay, what we'd like you to do is to go grab all these documents. We put your package together. We call it audit proofing. So the bank service fees for this client added up to $164. That will go on the tax return. Books, periodicals, and tapes, $541. That would go on the tax return. And what we would use to verify that is we'd have actual receipts. We call this a tape down. Sometimes we'll use whether if you do it on the internet, please print it down. It'll tell us what we get to deduct there. Sometimes we actually use your carbons, okay? And we'd like your canceled checks if we could get it. So these actual numbers match up to these numbers here, and we get a total that goes on the tax return. And we call it an audit-proof system because when I go on an audit for you and represent you, these are the totals, but we have documentation behind it now. We've got gas receipts. We've got everything we need to back up and win before the IRS. What this book allowed us to do is instead of having a $9,000 business income, we have a $12,000 business loss. And long story short, with that business loss, instead of the client owing $37.57, they're getting back $5,588. That's about $5,600, right? On the federal side. On the state side, they're getting back $1,700. So $57 and $17, $7,400, $7,500 instead of owing $5,000. So a lot of clients don't necessarily like doing the book, but they recognize that a $12,000 turnaround is a good shift. And I like winning. I'm 36 out of 36 on audits, and we put you together that way for a reason, so that you don't have to worry, you can spend that money gracefully. So what we do is teach you what is tax deductible and help you convert your personal life into your business life and write it all off, okay? We call it anyway expenses, right? You're going to eat anyway, right? Yeah, might as well write it off, right? Talk business, okay? It'll end up something like this. If it's smaller than this, then your write-off will be, I'll be able to save you anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000. If it's this, this is a 2-inch. If it's a 3 or 4 inch, I'll be able to get you back. It all depends on what you give me. So let's say, somebody said, well, what can you do for me? And I go, well, it's usually a $3,000 turnaround. What that means is, if you give me a binder that's 1/2 inch, then that's a $3,000 turnaround. Meaning I'll get you back $3,000 more than you were getting, right? If it's a 4-inch binder, we're looking real nice, because that means you saved everything, and it gave me some ammunition to work with. You can say, well, you can only lose money for 3 years. Not. I've been losing money, how long? How many? 15, 20 years on paper? Kind of nice. Kind of nice not to pay any taxes legally. And so what you want to do, it's not about what you're making, it's about tax planning and offsetting your current income on your day job and having that thing work. So we can be, as long as you're in the pursuit of making money, we're in business.
Why do you want to have a home-based business or a traditional business? Because the tax deductions are vast. They include accounting, advertising, attorney fees, bad debts, bank service charges, books, periodicals, and tapes, car and truck expenses.
You get to write off your car and truck expenses. That's huge. That's about a $10,000 event depending on what you're driving.